And we're live. Woo! Okay. Hello, Sarah.
Hi, Becky. How are you?
I'm good. I'm feeling invigorated and ready to do some movement and yoga with
Well,
you all.
I have been in Halliburton Highlands all weekend, kayaking and hiking, and my body really needs to stretch right now, actually.
I'm jealous. I really want to get away from the city. Like, I have not been doing those things, but I've been doing lots of yoga, so I'm feeling good.
Very
Mm-hmm.
good.
Yes. Ooh, we've got 3 viewers. We've got 9 viewers tuned in. I don't know who they are because it doesn't show me. But hey, guys.
Hello to the 9 viewers.
Hello. You're on time. So let's get ready. If you didn't already see my post and you're just kind of tuning in just because you just discovered it today, get into some comfy clothes because we are going to be doing some light casual movement and
Light
grab
casual
some.
movement.
Yeah. Nothing too vigorous. We just want to get you into a nice uplifted state so that you can really take in this project. So that's why we're here. We're here, me and Sarah, to release our sister projects, EP, Opposite Forces, over 10 years in the making. And we're really excited to finally share it and put it out into the world.
Yeah, it's been so exciting to see Rebecca in her element as a singer-songwriter, and also the back end of the production. That was really fun for me because I've never experienced this before. So it was cool to be a part of that process with you, Bex.
It was great having somebody to go through the process with me too, instead of by myself. Ooh, sorry, I have a script here and it just disappeared. But basically, what me and Sarah are going to do is we're going to take you through each song. So there's 3 songs on the EP, and we'll start with the first song that was written and go to the most recent song. And I'm going to speak a little bit more to the process. Sarah is our lyricist, so she'll give us more of the kind of like the background, like meaning behind each of the songs. So we can get started. We're going to start with Travelers. So Sarah, you were saying this is probably your favorite on the EP?
Oh, this is definitely my favorite. I'll get into that a little bit more when we talk about my perspective. But
yeah.
Yes, definitely my favorite song on the EP.
So this one was written really shortly after I even just learned how to play guitar. So I was a novice. I still feel like I'm a novice. But anyways, I was living with my sisters in St. Catharines while they were still in college and or university. And Jessica's boyfriend, now husband, Martin, at the time, taught me how to play guitar. So he taught me my first 5 chords, which I used to write Travelers. And I guess it was a year after learning to play guitar that we got together. I can't remember. You remember it being in an attic in St. Catharines? I can't remember where it was. But anyways, we got to... Sorry. Henry Street House. So we got together, and I think we wrote it straight from a poem that you had already written. So basically, I just kind of strummed away and came up with melodies until we kind of formed a song. And I ended up performing that song in Halliburton a few years later, like fast forward to February 2013. And at that time, so this is a few years later after it was initially formed. So the meaning for the song for me definitely evolved, because at that time I was going through a heartbreaking breakup. And so that song, even though it wasn't written as a breakup song, for me, that's what it became. And I started deep diving into songwriting just as like a method to kind of heal, and not as a career choice by any means, but I just kind of used it as a therapy, you could say. But I ended up performing this song in Halliburton at the County Folk Society open mic, and they really liked it. They ended up using the song for an advertisement for the Halliburton region, which is kind of funny because I don't live there. My sister now lives there with her husband and kids, but it was interesting to see like how supportive that community was. And I really think that was the catalyst in pushing me to take songwriting seriously, or at least have confidence in myself, just because I got so much support from that community to do it. And they even gave me a recording grant. It was an amazing experience. So
on Canoe FM.
yeah, so much support. It was crazy. But yeah, ever since, that song has really been, I think, the heartbeat behind this entire project. So Sarah, I'll let you speak more to that.
Oh. I love how you use the word heartbeat, because I do think like this particular song, I think, well, maybe because it was written long ago, like 12 years ago, that it has always been sort of a touchstone for me to come back to as well. And when I wrote it, you're right, it wasn't about romantic love or that type of thing at all. The poem was written right after I ended my co-op placement at the Ministry of Transportation in St. Catharines. And at the same time that summer, my roommate and good friend at Brock University, Allie, she was moving to California. And at the time, this song I used it to process my emotions through feeling like I had to let go and like lose that period of time, because so it was born out of deep, deep appreciation for my mentors at MTO. Like, I'm getting a little emotional just thinking about it. So that's what this song just sort of represents, is that the people that are in our lives at any given moment are the people that need to be in your life. And I guess I've just always taken that deep appreciation with me moving forward. And so if there was ever a moment in my life where I was going through loss or change or transition, we had done like a really scrappy recording of it in St. Catharines that I would just pull out and listen to continually. So it really means so much to me that this song is now forever recorded, and that I can forever go back to it. And just because obviously things will continue to shift and change, and I hope it remains a touchstone in my life forevermore. So thank you.
This is just renewing like the whole energy behind the song. So this is special.
Yeah, absolutely. So on that note, I do want to invite anyone who feels comfortable to participate in some movement and relaxation to just take a seat. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. We're not going to get too strenuous here, but I'm in this beautiful garden. I know you can't really see it. Sister's been working very hard on her garden, and I tried to get situated in the garden. There just wasn't the right space. Even if you're not outside in nature right now, I invite you just to find a really comfortable seated position on whatever surface or chair that you're in right now. Start by finding that comfortable seat, closing your eyes, or just coming to a light gaze. And then just taking a moment to turn inward and noticing how your breath is showing up in this present moment. What is the quality of your breath this afternoon? And not doing anything to change your breath, but just taking notice of where it's originating for you in your body right now. And then starting to initiate Ujjayi breath, which is breathing through the nostrils and exhaling through the nostrils. There will be a light constriction at the back of your throat, but it shouldn't feel uncomfortable or painful in any way. Your breath will be lightly audible to anyone that might be in the room with you. So just inhaling and exhaling through the nostrils. And when we initiate this type of breath, we automatically move the breath that may be situated higher in the body or more superficially in the body down deeper into the body, into your diaphragm. So perhaps putting a hand to your belly and your chest. Inhaling and exhaling through your nostrils. And with every exhalation, rooting deeper down into the base of your spine, elongating the crown of your head to the ceiling or the sky, lifting out of your sideways, and just seeing if you can move your breath deeper into your body. By inhaling, as you inhale, your belly will expand, and as you exhale, it will contract. And just taking a moment here now, maybe calling to your mind's eye the people and places that have been really meaningful to you on your journey. Maybe drawing your shoulders up to your ears, and then as you exhale, drawing your shoulder blades down your back. And then perhaps bringing the palms of your hands to palms facing down to your knees if you would like to ground your energy this afternoon, or palms facing up if you would like to invite energy into your body. Broadening your collarbones, engaging your abdominals, continuing to lift the crown of your head and elongating your spine and the back of your neck. Lightly tuck the chin towards your chest. And continue to breathe here, holding again the people and the places that have been most important to you in your mind's eye while Rebecca sings the song for us. So this song is called Travelers, and it was written the summer of 2008.
We were just travelers, traveling down the road of life, lucky to collide. Never knowing where we're going, how we're gonna get there. Just knowing that one day we'll lock eyes, change each other's lives, change each other's lives. And the one thing I know for sure is I needed you when I had you. And if you're going tomorrow, I know that I'm ready to go a little further, grow a little deeper. I'm ready to find another. Yesterday is bittersweet to look back on what was, but billions of people sleep tonight. It's amazing that I know you. And the one thing I know for sure is I needed you when I had you. And if you're going tomorrow, I know that I'm ready to go a little further, grow a little deeper. I'm ready to find another. And time slips past us. Time slips past us. Where are you going, friend? And the one thing I know for sure is I needed you when I had you. And if you're gone tomorrow, ready to find another. Because we were just travelers, traveling down the road of life, lucky to collide.
Thank you. I have a little bit of an audience up here.
Awesome. Oh, I got a bit teary with that.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I already said that it's my favorite song, but it definitely has brought me through so many transitions. So thank you for making that permanent.
You're welcome. Thank you for writing it. Okay, so moving along, we're gonna go back to 2012. So this is the next collaboration that we had, and this song is called "It's a Choice," and it's probably my personal favorite. Maybe it's because at that point I was starting to feel a little bit more confident with my songwriting, and we went into the process of writing it this time a little bit more organically. And it was interesting because I had to really look back at how the process was to prep for this. And I realized looking back that we actually had like a pretty strategic method to how we wrote it that I didn't realize. When we went into the writing process, Sarah showed me this song by this artist, Sarah Barry Ellis. And it was a song she had just released called Chasing the Sun. So we started our process with just using that as a point of inspiration because Sarah, she kind of she took a song where she's telling this really emotional story, but she didn't follow the stereotypical format where it's like verse, chorus, verse, like that standard format. We wanted the song to flow really organically and just kind of build. And then what was interesting when we actually formed the team behind it that made the song into what it is now is we really just let them use their hearts to kind of explore the song and play with it in a way that spoke to them. And they really picked up on how we wanted it to build. And I think it really became exactly how we had always pictured it. And the team behind that was amazing. So for me, this song was pivotal because it was kind of starting to really trust myself as an artist. At that time, I just finished school. I was working at a cafe in St. Catharines, and I was constantly surrounded by musicians and really inspiring people, really artistic people. So something I was telling Sarah earlier was it would have been interesting to see what would have happened to me as an artist if I just kept going with that at that time. But unbeknownst to me, that summer that we wrote it, I was about to get late acceptance into a master's program in Toronto, and I ended up doing it. But it changed it changed the trajectory for sure of my songwriting. But at the same time, I think living here in Toronto, I haven't left it. I love this city. It definitely opened me up to meeting people that I never would have met, and I wouldn't have gotten to do such amazing projects here. So I'm happy that I made the choice that I did to come to this city. So yeah, for me, it's a really special song because it's really about a time in my life where I was starting to really know who I was. Well, let Sarah speak to more of her message behind the lyrics themselves.
Do you want to share anything more about that period of time in your life? Or no?
Is there something that I talked to you about before that I'm forgetting right now? What is it?
The breakup period.
Oh, man. Yeah. Well, I mentioned that for Travelers because that's what Travelers became for me. But yeah, this was still for me, I was still going through that stuff. But at this point for this song, I was starting to move on, I think.
Okay.
It was Travelers was more of like getting through like the breakup.
Yeah. So, well, I guess I thought that if that was aligning, it kind of aligns to my perspective from the writer's perspective. Not a breakup, but just heavy emotions. Um, and the song for me was also a really healing process to, I think, many people can relate to experiencing anxiety in their lives, or mental health periods of time where you have to focus on really coming back into alignment with yourself and healing your mental health. And this particular song is just about the choice to move into, like, meet yourself really in the depths of who you are, like the emotions that maybe you want to sweep under the rug, or you want to not acknowledge, because maybe it's easier um, to keep them hidden versus sitting with them and moving through them. But what this song represents is a period of time in my life where I had the opportunity to just focus on sitting with any deep-seated emotions that had been left unhealed for whatever reason, and moving through them. And then through that process, it really opened up a lightness in my life, that and a richness that I likely wouldn't have been able to access if I hadn't gone through that process. So that is what this song represents, is really just going into the depths and meeting yourself right in the core, and then healing through your emotions and coming out on the other side stronger and more fortified in your being.
Aww.
So with that, we're
Thank
just
you.
going to lightly open the heart. So coming back to that comfortable seated position, whether it's on the floor or in your chair, and taking a moment to get back into your body and your breath, closing your eyes or a gentle gaze again, coming back to the Ujjayi breathing, inhaling and exhaling through your nostrils. And with every inhalation, inviting in new energy. And with every exhalation, rooting deeper down into the base of your spine and exhaling anything that just no longer serves you. Maybe for the next couple, we can inhale through the nostrils and just open your mouth and exhale through your mouth. And one more breath like that. And then on your next inhalation, bringing your arms out to a T position. And as you exhale, wrapping the right arm under the left, bringing the palms of your hands to touch, or the backs of your hands to touch. And as you inhale, lifting your elbows to shoulder height and breathing into the space that we're creating between our shoulder blades in the back body. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And as we exhale, we'll unwind our arms, coming back to that T position. And on the next inhalation, wrapping the left arm under the right. And again, bringing the palms of your hand to touch, or the backs of your hands to touch. On your next inhalation, drawing the elbows up to shoulder height and breathing into your back body. Taking 2 more breaths here. And on on your next exhalation, we're going to unwind our arms, bringing them lightly to your knees again. Using your knees as a place of leverage. On your next inhalation, shine your hearts forward, broaden your collarbones, and as you exhale, round your spine, draw your navel to your spine. Inhale, extend your chest forward. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale to extend the chest forward, and exhale, round. And let's move through those spinal undulations for 3 more cycles of breath. Exhaling, rounding the spine, and as you inhale, shining your hearts forward, and exhale, rounding. 2 more times like that. One more inhalation and exhalation. And then coming back to your comfortable seated position, lift out of your side waist. Again, palms of your hands on your knees. And as you inhale, circle forward. And as you exhale, navel to the spine, round your spine. Inhale, chest forward. And as you exhale, round the spine. And we'll move in circles to the left or right, whichever direction you started, for 2 more cycles of breath. And now as we come forward, let's pause here for a moment. And as you inhale, move in the opposite direction that you chose to start your movement.
That's hard. I don't know why that's messing with my brain right now. So I did this first. So, okay.
If you went left, go right.
I don't remember.
Inhaling and expanding the chest as you come forward, and exhaling, drawing the navel to your spine, rounding your back as you exhale, going back. 2 more cycles of breath here. And then as we exhale here, just coming to pause and bringing yourself back up to a seated position, lifting out of your side waist, and then bringing the palms, your left palm of your hand, to lightly rest on your chest. Rebecca, you won't be able to do this because you'll be singing. And your right hand to come rest on the top of your left hand. And as Rebecca moves into this song, just consider, my niece and my nephew are up now. Hear them in the audience on the hill.
Tell them they can come. They can participate. Tell them to come.
Ollie and Charlotte, do you want to make an appearance? Do you want to come on video? They're suddenly shy.
What? Charlotte? No.
Come, Charlotte. Okay, 1 second. We get the special appearance by Ollie and Charlotte. Come. No? Okay. Maybe not. Maybe later. Maybe later. Okay, so as Rebecca moves into this song, we just did some gentle heart openers, gentle movement in our hips, and our hips can store unprocessed emotions, and our hearts can close sometimes when we're moving through really painful situations or experiences in life. But one thing that I've become,
Whoa,
that was loud there.
That was kind of scary.
One thing that I have learned to do in my experience now is to always keep my heart open and to move through my emotions and heal through my emotions kind of organically, but as quickly as possible, so that I don't feel weighed down or burdened by anything from the past. So the invitation, I guess, is to reflect inwards on any period of time in your life where maybe you've held on to an emotion that hasn't served you for perhaps a little longer than you would like, and to use your breath as a vehicle to rinse and let go of those emotions that are no longer serving you. And rest in a position that feels comfortable to you, whether it's with your hands on your chest or maybe bringing the palms of your hands again to your knees to ground your energy, and continuing to inhale and exhale. Inhale new energy, exhale what no longer serves you.
I am just like the waves, always trying to make it back to shore. Pulled back by the currents again and again, and so I sink down into the darkness. Brightness and lightness are there, laying on the earth with my ear pressed into dirt. I can hear Mother Earth's heart beating, and she's whispering about a rhythm. It's a rhythm with 1,000 beats that she can't quite hear. You have to feel it to know. So let go into these depths below, into these depths, and so I sink down. Brightness, lightness, laying on the earth with my ear pressed into dirt. I can hear Mother Earth's heart beating, and we've cleaned or choked. We are freed or trapped, create or destroy, expand or contract. Laying on the earth with my ear pressed into dirt. I can hear it's a choice, 'cause the shore is not the destination. There is no destination.
Good job, Becky. Yeah, I guess one thing that I forgot to mention was that, hi, Charlotte.
Oh, it's a Charlotte.
Is getting closer. Was that what I really loved and appreciated about the artistic talent that was on the EP was that I just wanted it to all feel raw and unhinged, basically, because I think sometimes when we're moving through emotions, it can be a really a messy process, and non-linear, and so that's I love it. That's what I wanted to add. Do you want to come and see Aunt Becky? Come here.
Charlotte. Weird. It's like she knows there's an audience because she wouldn't normally be shy.
Do you want to come and see Aunt Becky? Come here.
So
Yes, continue.
oh, you can still ask her to come over. But moving on to the final song, it's the namesake of our entire EP, Opposite Forces. This is the most recent song we wrote. When did we write it? Like 2 years ago?
Yeah, like 2.5 years ago.
2.5 years ago. You're going to speak more to probably the reasons why and the lyrics. So similar process to how we wrote the last song, was it was Sarah's stream of consciousness, which came out beautiful and poetically, and I barely had to change it. Like, I didn't really change any of your words. I just rearranged it into a song format. For this one, I feel like the way you wrote everything just flowed perfectly. It's a lengthy song. It definitely there's like a whole story that unfolds here, and we left a lot of space in this one to really take in the words. So it's really special. Yeah, Sarah's going to speak more to the meaning behind it, but it was interesting because we wrote it in 2 parts. So the first part was written after like an emotional breakup, which Sarah will speak to, and then the second part was like a year later. So it's coming at it with 2 different like energies and vibes, and then melding those worlds together, opposite forces. It was perfect. And I really love this one, but I'll let Sarah can talk more about it.
Okay, thanks, Becky. Yeah. So yeah, it is also a full moon, so that's maybe why I'm also feeling like super like hyped and emotion.
Me too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay, so let me get into this one. So okay, so opposite forces. I also actually really think that it's kind of amazing that it's the last song on the EP, because I do think that it knits together the themes of travelers and It's a Choice very beautifully. Just in the sense that travelers, again, going back to that song, is about was platonic love and appreciation. But like I said, it was a song that I carried through so many different periods of life, and that would have been one period that I listened to that song. And I guess what I want to say around that is just that I healing through the breakup just made me feel so appreciative of the present moment, and reflecting back just like how, oh my gosh, I'm getting a little emotional. 1 second. Do you want to come and sit with me? I would love that right now, actually. But 6 feet apart, says her mom. Okay, never mind. We're social distancing here. It's very safe here in Halliburton. Okay, so back to the song. So, travelers, yes. So, just being fully present in whatever moment that you're in, with whoever is in that moment with you. And I've always felt this way, but I think going through that experience made me feel it exponentially, that I'll for I'll always make it a point now to be very present to the current moment, and so appreciative of the combination of human spirit that I am traveling with at any given moment, right? So that folds into the song, but then also it's a choice where you do have to face really difficult emotions sometimes and move through them so that you can heal them, release them, and continue forward with your life. So I think that those 2 songs come together in this song really nicely, where all of that learning and wisdom, I'll call it, from the past was gave this experience just something a little bit like something a little bit layered and richer and different than what it might have been if it had been a few years earlier, right? Um, so yeah, I think that's all I would really say about the song. I think it is interesting that the verse was written like really in the aftermath. Like I think like within like 24 to 48 hours, I was
Yeah.
like, I have to start healing. I need to release these emotions.
It helps.
Yeah, no, but it really does. It really did help to start to process everything. Um, so the verse is really like just the rawness of that initial impact. And then the rest of the song was the wisdom that was kind of built up over a year of moving through everything, with the wisdom of travelers, and it's a choice. So I think it's a really beautiful namesake song. Okay. So with that, this song, we'd like you to just be in a comfortable seated position, and
or lying down, maybe.
or lying down, yeah, if that's available to you, just to fully relax and absorb the feelings in the song, but also to celebrate the people that you love now, celebrate the people that you loved, and that's kind of where I'll leave that. Just celebrate the people in your life, because it's an amazing journey, and I'm so grateful for the people that are in my life now, and I honor and I'm so grateful for the people that were in my journey and in my life before.
This will end. This will end. Don't let the truth of endings paralyze you from the joy of beginnings. You found me with a head full of dreams. Ooh. Dawn replaced the night, and on the horizon the sun was shining, burned through the fog, freedom to fly. A songbird eventually needs to land. Can't be in the clouds all day, searching for that branch to land on. Something to anchor it to the earth, like a breeze dancing through the trees. Gravity can't weigh her down, like a flame flickering on the water's edge. These opposite forces, these opposite forces. This will end. This will end. This will end. This will end. Held in that possibility to build from destruction, seeing clearly now. Isn't that how it goes? As we soar, learn to accept and let go, explore, create, and love. A songbird eventually needs to land. It can't be in the clouds all day, searching for that branch to land on. Something to anchor it to the earth. Like a breeze dancing through the trees. Gravity can't weigh her down. Like a flame flickering on the water's edge. These opposite forces, these opposite forces, this will end, this will end. You'll begin again, you'll begin again. These opposite forces, these opposite forces, these opposite forces, these opposite forces.
That was hard strumming.
And just let's take some really deep, nourishing breaths before we come to a close. Maybe inhaling the arms up, allowing your fingertips to reach at the top or touch at the top. Exhaling, coming through center. Inhale your arms open and exhale, bring them through center. And let's just do that a couple more times. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to ground. Inhaling to lift. And exhale, ground and root down. Let's inhale through the nostrils and exhale through the mouth a couple of times. Inhaling for 1. Inhaling for 2. And I always reserve the final breath to for our communities, for our families, maybe call to mind all of the people that have perhaps come to mind in the last 45, 50 minutes for you. And send out just appreciation and gratitude for all the people who have joined you on the path, whether they are with you now or not, because we carry those experiences with us and they'll forever be a part of who we are. So one final breath for our community.
Well, thanks everybody for sticking around and letting us take you on a journey of this EP. It's been a journey with each other and the songwriting process and everything in between. So it is really exciting to put it out into the world. So thank you for being here with us. And I want to send a huge, huge thank you for the team that helped put this project together. So it ended up being selected by some students from Harris Institute to do the recording. And then the team of people and creatives behind it, we have Isabel Ritchie on violin. We have Michael Villamore on cajon for Travelers. Thank you so much. We have Brian Passmore, who did all the guitar for every single song. We do have an anonymous artist who did the drums for It's a Choice and was also behind the production for that. And we have producer from La Flamme Studio, James, for doing some of the mixing and mastering and vocal recording for It's a Choice. And oh no, it's not It's a Choice, for Travelers and Opposite Forces. Thank you so much. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. I don't think I am. But I put links in the bio so that you can check these people out, these talented people. And also, there's links as well to a SoundCloud, to my SoundCloud, where you can download the album for free. We're offering it for free. We do ask if you have it in your means. the money that you would have spent on the EP, if you could donate it to a Black Lives Matter cause that speaks to you. We don't want to just give you a link that you might not want to use. If you have something in particular you'd like to support, that's all we're asking. So Sarah, is there anything else you want to add? Martin says great show, by the way. Thank you, Martin.
Thank you. He has a front row seat up there.
And then Lee, Liz, music together.
We got to watch it from 2 different angles. So that's pretty cool. No, I don't think there's anything that I would add. I just I echo your appreciation for the artists and for Harris Institute. And I just want to thank you, Rebecca, for bringing some of my words to life and being a part of this process with you. I really, really enjoyed it.
Me too.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Wraps it up.
That wraps it up. So thanks for being part of this. And check it out. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And yeah, I think that's everything.
Okay, great.
Have a great day.
All right, well, I'm going to go continue to enjoy the great outdoors and the fresh air and the sunshine in Haliburton Highlands.
Woo! I'm going to maybe go for a walk in Scarborough. All right.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.